Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to Midday News on Global Television. Coming to you live from nation's capital, Abuja, I am Jumai Manson. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Now the news in full. The leadership of the Academic Staff Union Universities, ASU, has announced that it has directed all its branches nationwide to suspend their service due to the delay in the payment of June 2025 salaries. The union cited the implementation of its No Pay, No Work resolution as a reason for this action. ASU branches at two federal universities, the University of Jos and University of Abuja, have already begun strike in line with the directive. President Bola Tinubu has called for a fairer global system on climate action, finance and healthcare, urging BRICS nations to lead effort towards inclusive development and equity for emerging economics. Speaking at the 17th BRICS Summit in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Tinubu said Nigeria was taking bold steps to expand renewable energy, tackle environmental degradation and achieve universal health coverage while aligning with the global agenda for sustainable development. The president told the world leaders that Nigeria was mainstreaming climate action, promoting nature-based solutions, strengthening urban resilience and aligning its national agenda with the global renewal framework to ensure inclusive growth and environmental security. Still on, President Bola Tinubu has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to transparency and accountability in Nigeria's public finance system. Speaking at the opening of the 2025 National Conference on Public Accounts and Fiscal Governance in Abuja, the President, presented by the Minister of State for Finance, outlined key reforms targeted at strengthening fiscal discipline, digital financial management, and procurement transparency across ministries, departments, and agencies. Correspondent Annette Patrick reports. We apologize. That news will be brought in our subsequent bulletin. The Nigerian Meteorological Agency has issued a flood alert for the month of July, warning that states including Sokoto, Lagos, Edo, Benue, and 16 others are at risk of experiencing flash floods. The agency flash flood risk alert for July 2025 showed the states with varying horrible risk of experiencing flash flooding events due to the onset of the rainfall across the country. He noted that despite receiving over 620 billion naira in ecological funds, many states seem ill-prepared to mitigate the impact of such disasters, raising questions about the effectiveness of these funds in enhancing environmental resilience and disaster preparedness. The federal government has officially pegged entry admission year into the nation's tertiary institutions at age 16. Minister of Education Dr. Tunji Alausa said this while declaring open the ongoing policy meeting of the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board JAM in Abuja. He warned that the heads of institutions found to be engaged in admission fraud would face persecutions, noting that the official age of 16 set by the government is not negotiable. The National Information Technology Department Agency, NITDA, has reaffirmed its commitment to advancing digital literacy in Nigeria's education sector, in alignment with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda, which prioritizes education, health and social investment. As part of these efforts, agency's Director General Kashifu Inua has led a delegation to the exclusive Secretary of the Universal Basic Education Commission, Haja Aisha Garba, to deepen collaboration aimed at integrating digital literacy into Nigeria's basic education curriculum. Technology Development Agency's border strategy to work with key educational bodies, including the Federal Ministry of Education and the National Universities Commission and the Nigerian Educational Research and Development Council to ensure digital skills development is embedded at all levels of learning. Speaker of the House of Representatives Tajuddin Abbas says the National Assembly must move beyond merely passing budgets to tackling how appropriate funds are translated into measurable public outcomes. Speaking through the House Majority Leader, Julius Uhabere, at the National Conference on Public Accounts and Fiscal Governance in Abuja, Abbas emphasized that sustainable development depends on transparent and accountable fiscal governance. He outlined initiatives taken by the 10th House of Representatives to improve fiscal oversight, including making audit reports publicly accessible, enhancing community engagement with the Office of the Auditor General, and following up on previous audit findings. Now, Lagos State Government has announced the official commencement date for the 7 recently enacted laws signed by Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu aimed at fostering public safety, governance and institutional development across the state. The announcement was contained in a statement issued by the Ministry of Justice and signed by the Director of Public Affairs, Grace Allo. The ministry noted that the laws passed by the Lagos State House of Assembly and assented to by the governor have been accompanied by commencement orders in line with statutory requirements. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Bauchi Field Office has reiterated its commitment in instilling a culture of tree planting among the younger generation in the state. The chief of UNICEF Bauchi Field Office, Nazhat Rafik, stated this during a tree planting campaign to commemorate World Environment Day 2025 at the College of Education Technical DAS. Rafik, who stressed the importance of involving youth in environmental sustainability, noted that they are the leaders of tomorrow and needed a safe and healthy planet to inherit. Ahead of the 2027 general election, with political alignment already taking shape and the recent opposition coalition adopting the African Democratic Congress (ADC as its platform, many Nigerians are once again faced with mixed reactions. Our correspondent Priscilla Obasi hits the streets of Abuja to gauge public sentiment and to find out if Nigerians are ready to participate again in 2027. The report.
As the race to 2027 unofficially begins, political conversations are heating up, especially following the unveiling of a new opposition coalition under the ADC banner. On the streets of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, residents are reacting to the move and reflecting on whether this coalition offers new hope or just more of the same.
Those that form the coalition are not jokers. They are very serious Nigerians. They are those that they also have a lot of them with integrity, a lot of integrity. Yeah, so it's not something that APC should go and fold their hand. No, because I'm seeing a storm coming. Nigerians are not happy. Nigerians are not happy. God is not happy. Because they say the voice of men is the voice of God.
Anybody telling you that our vote is cancelled in Nigeria is deceiving he or herself. Just like the last election, which we did, 2024. It's a transparent election which INEC did, and all of us were accepted. But along the way, before everybody could get up in the morning, we stand different thing altogether.
Coalition thing didn't start today, so I feel like if they don't have selfish interest, but have Nigerians at heart, it's a very good initiative, and it's something that we should support, and because we want the government of the day out, and we want people that have the people in mind to be empowered.
Of them, they're just the same politicians, like rotating themselves.
While some expressed renewed optimism, saying the new coalition brings hope, others are skeptical about whether any coalition can truly deliver change, saying it's just the same people pretending to bring change.
Right. Are you going to vote?
Yeah, I'm going to vote.
Why?
It's a right now, it's a fundamental right. You have to vote, you cannot be apathetic to voting. Right?
I'm a very good citizen of Nigeria, and I want the progress of this nation. We are not going anywhere. No leave, no transfer. This is our country, so we must make it work.
Despite the doubt, many say they plan to participate in the 2027 elections, hopeful that growing political awareness and unity among opposition forces may lead to a more credible outcome. As Nigerians prepare for another round of elections in 2027, the question lingers, will hope defeat apathy? Priscilla Obasi reporting for Global TV News.
The Anambra Police Command and the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has stated that they are ready for the August 16 senatorial by-election and November 8 governorship election in the state. The Commissioner of Police Ikoye Orutugu and INEC resident electoral commissioner in the state Elizabeth Agu said this in Accra noted that the police have been meeting with other security agencies and commission to ensure hitch-free elections in the state. Over 500 houses have been submerged, while properties worth millions of naira have been lost due to the floods in Kaba, the headquarters of Kaba Bumi local government area of Kogi State, leaving many families without shelter. Some people in the community also said the rainfall occurred consistently for 3 days without ceasing, making streams and brooks in the areas to overflow its bank and flooded the communities with devastating effects. Among others, the Ida community in Kaba metropolis was said to be hardest hit by the incident, resulting from the rainfall that started from Wednesday night. In the meantime, Kogi State government says it has flagged off a 4-day capacity building workshop for health managers across the state aimed at establishing a more viable, reliable and harmonized healthcare delivery system. Speaking at the flag-off ceremony, State's Commissioner for Health, represented by the Permanent Secretary Momo Stephen, expressed optimism that the initiative will significantly enhance grassroots healthcare delivery. Stephen stated that the workshop is part of the sector-wide approach under President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's HOPE project, which aims to straighten, digitalize and integrate healthcare systems nationwide. You are watching the live broadcast of Midday News. The Midday News returns. Stakeholders lament 53% cement price increase amid Tinubu government's reform. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. You are welcome back, and if you're just tuning in, this is Midday News on Global Television. Thank you for staying with us. In business now, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC Limited, has handed over 35 hybrid compressed natural gas-powered CNG buses to the presidential initiative on compressed natural gas. During a brief ceremony, the Group Chief Executive Officer of the oil firm, Bashir Ojulari, reiterated the company's commitment to support the federal government's gas aspirations. Ojulari stated that the move is in line with the company's effort to drive the adoption of CNG as a cleaner, cheaper and sustainable fuel alternative, adding that the company has recorded significant progress in gas supply, infrastructure, distribution and retail outlets. The federal government has expressed its determination to tackle energy poverty with a high-level stakeholder engagement forum towards the implementation of the National Energy Compact under the Massive 300 initiative. The government-led forum, which is a critical step towards tackling energy poverty, will be held on July 8, 2025. Through the Federal Ministry of Power and Federal Ministry of Finance in collaboration with Sustainable Energy for All and others. The project is geared towards achieving the ambitious goal of connecting 300 million people across Africa to electricity by 2030, alongside other African countries, with Nigeria as one of the 12 countries selected for the first phase of Mission 300 implementation, and has committed to bold reforms to expand energy access, scale up renewable energy and attract private sector investment. Nigerians are lamenting the rise in the price of cement across the country, despite the commitment by Dangote Cement and other manufacturers to reduce the price of the commodity. This follows the steady rise in the price of various brands of cement in Nigeria, selling at between 12,000 naira and 9,500 naira across various locations. In March 2025, cement price reduced to as low as 7,800 naira per 50 kilogram bag from as high as 15,000 naira on February 16, 2024. On the foreign scene now, Kenyan police have clashed with protesters on the outskirts of Nairobi on Monday during anti-government demonstrations marking Saba Saba Day. Security forces set up roadblocks and sealed off the city center, dispersing crowds with tear gas. Protesters responded by throwing stones and looting shops. Many businesses in the capital shut down for fear of violence. Tensions remain high as President Williams Ruto faces growing public discontent ahead of the 2027 elections. United States President Donald Trump has held talks with Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House, with both leaders touting their controversial proposal to push besieged Palestinians into neighboring countries. Their meeting comes as Israeli negotiators and Hamas held indirect talks in Qatar from a ceasefire in Gaza. The Houthis in Yemen have damaged a second ship in as many days in the Red Sea, targeting a vessel with rocket-propelled grenades. The health ministry officials in Cairo says a fire engulfed the main telecom company building in downtown Cairo, injuring at least 14 people and prompting a temporary outrage of internet and mobile phone service. The health ministry said in a statement the injured were taken to nearby hospitals while 2 emergency responders suffered burns on their hands. The statement further added that the fire started on the 7th floor of the landmark 10-story Telecom Egypt building in Ramas area of Cairo. And in sports now, King Sola Ajayi's sensational form continued as he powered to a personal best equaling 9.92 seconds to win the men's 100 meters at the Meet International Scotterville-les-Reines in France. The 20-year-old surged from lane 5 at the Stade Jean Ardet with a reaction time of 0.1506 seconds to edge out a strong field that included 5 sub-10-second runners, winning by daylight and rewriting the meeting record previously held by the Trinidad and Tobago's Kingston Bellman since 2015. Bedman's mark of 10.02 seconds stood from 9 years until Ajayi lowered it with his smooth run aid by legal plus 1.7 meters, a tie win as Cameroonian veteran Emmanuel Esseme placed second in 10.04 seconds, while Senegal's Mamadou Sarr followed in. Now, the future of Victor Osimhen is nearing a dramatic conclusion as top clubs across Europe and the Middle East continues to battle for his signature, with time running out and speculations growing day by day. Osimhen, who is currently on holiday and expected to return in Napoli next week following the expiration of his highly successful loan spell as Galatasaray, remains a subject of intense interest from both the Turkish champions and Saudi giants Al Hilal. But the saga has taken a fresh turn after the Nigerian striker reportedly expressed a strong preference to remain in Istanbul, where he scored 37 goals in 41 games last season. Still on sports story now, Italian giant AC Milan have opened discussions with Nigeria international Victor Boniface over possible moves this summer, amid increasing speculations at the Bayer Leverkusen forward, which leave the Brazilian champions. The development was first reported by Italian transfer news specialist Shisha Tavolia, who confirmed that initial contact has already taken place between the Serie A side and the players' camp. The 24-year-old, who scored 21 goals across all competitions during the 2023-24 season but struggled with fitness issues last term, has emerged as a prime target for the Rossoneri, who are actively reinforcing their attacking options. That's it on Global TV Midday News. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times channel 276. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen by using @Global TV NG. I am Jumai Manson. Thank you for watching. Good afternoon.